The Thunderbirds to move up and push for something like a 5th seed going into the conference tournament. AbileneChristian has the opening tip.
Yeah, they're a lot closer to that 5 seed than they really think they are.
First possession goes to Troxel down low, and Ava Urick gets a hand on it for her 10th rejection of the season. So a good start defensively. Southern Utah busting out the new camo uniforms. AbileneChristian in the crispy all-whites. Johnston shuffles the feet, and both teams coming this season. They forced 22 turnovers per game.
Yeah, that's what really hurt Southern Utah in that game as well against AbileneChristian. Forced 18.
The lob down low, and the first bucket goes to Meredith Mays, who got position on Bull over the top. 10.7 rebounds a game for the sophomore from Bixby, Oklahoma. Tracy Mason wants her team to continue to be aggressive, to get inside in order to create outside shooting opportunities. She feels like they've gotten much better looks in the last couple of games as a result. Here is Belina. Side pocket triple goes down.
Just gave a little bit of separation there for Belina to hit that 3. Big start there for Southern Utah.
Mays wanted it down low against Bull, but here is Bella Earl. It's a great matchup. Earl and Belina, two of the best guards in the conference. Earl slashes, fakes, can't hit.
Great job there from Belina, staying vertical and going east to west, defensively shuffling the feet and getting in front of her, forcing a tough shot.
Bull diving to the bucket, smokes the layup though, tipped out by Mays. From time to time to hit shots at the rim. And when you've been a team that has struggled on the season offensively, those easy ones feel like they've got to go down. That one does not for Troxel, but there is Mays on the offensive glass. Has struggled on the season offensively, those easy ones feel like they've got to go down. That one does not for Troxel, but there is Mays on the offensive glass.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting matchup there for Southern Utah. See how they can defend. Last game against AbileneChristian, Southern Utah gave up 40 points in the paint, so that's going to have to be they're going to have to lower that if they want to win tonight.
Belina blitzed off the screen and then throws it. I believe that hit Troxel. Southern Utah with perhaps their most impressive conference win of the year last time out against Utah Valley, who's trying to climb towards the top of the conference standings themselves. Really controlled that game start to finish. Got hot from 3 early, and then were able to close it out. Johnston from way outside, down the hatch for it.
But they really had to earn it there on offense. Defense playing good, forcing them to take these tough, long shots.
Earl dances by Belina, who's able to recover. Troxel crashes in. There's Urick again. Greens, but Urick did not have one of them. That's just how much length this Southern Utah team has on the interior. Mays against Bull in a tough spot here. She throws it away. Belina charging after it, not able to get there at a high clip, but they themselves have struggled protecting the basketball this season. They average 18.5 giveaways per contest. So it's a bit of feast and famine for Julie Goodenough's team. Gandy lines it up. Goodenough's team. Gandy lines it up. Troxel quick to fire. And Urick secures the rebound. Was something else Tracy Mason felt was going to be big coming into this game, was the ability to win on the glass. ACU's been a very good rebounding team this season, 5-5 in conference play, and Southern Utah could inch closer to them in the conference standings with a win here tonight. Belina with 5, going to have to put it up. Sets for a 3, gets the roll. 28% on the season, but has really been finding her shot from distance over the second half. Boy, that's way off the mark for Meredith Mays. Boy, that's way off the mark for Meredith Mays.
Yeah, that's something Southern Utah is going to take any day of the week, is her shooting that outside shot.
Gandy slithers inside and draws
downhill and driving in. They'll let her take that outside shot.
Belina darts inside but can't finish. Bull, though, rips it away, and Belina's got it.
Downhill and driving in. They'll let her take that outside shot.
Belina darts inside but can't finish. Bull, though, rips it away, and Belina's got it.
Downhill and driving in. They'll let her take that outside shot.
Belina darts inside but can't finish. Bull, though, rips it away, and Belina's got it. Johnston lines it up. That can't fall, and the rebound falls to Davis. Away, and Belina's got it. Johnston lines it up. That can't fall, and the rebound falls to Davis. And a foul away from the ball. This Jack Southern Utah is finding their stroke from distance.
Yeah, that's really been a three-point ball, and ACU's playing good defense about 28 of the 30 seconds, but it's been Southern Utah kind of putting those three-pointers up at the end. That's kind of really...
Woodson thought that Mays was held down low, and ACU with a little token full-court pressure to try to disrupt the timing. This Southern Utah offense, Belina slashing. Bull misses another one at the rim. This Southern Utah offense, Belina slashing. Bull misses another one at the rim. Boy, she's let two good looks go by the wayside. In transition, it's Davis launching and connecting on a three.
And that's what AbileneChristian needed. They needed that three-pointer to kind of get some momentum going. They have been stagnant on offense, but the transition threes got it for them.
Davis off a season high, 17 points. She hit a couple of triples and knocks one down there. First of the game for AbileneChristian. Belina twirls. Johnston another halfway down and out. Tipped out of bounds, though. Troxel 0 for 4 in the early going. Has not been able to find a rhythm, but remains out there. Davis, the same spot. Almost the same result, and Bull snatches it. Remains out there. Davis, the same spot. Almost the same result, and Bull snatches it. And a foul is called on.
Continue to press it. Draws the foul.
Well, this is somewhat how Southern Utah started last time out up in Orem on Saturday, hitting their threes early in the game. They built a lead and just never gave the Wolverines a chance to get back into it with relentless defense. Belina, another, not this time. Urich, though, with a second into it with relentless defense. Belina, another, not this time. Urich, though, with a second into it with relentless defense. Belina, another, not this time. Urich, though, with a second chance. Belina floats, no, and a good rebound by Earl. Second chance. Belina floats, no, and a good rebound by Earl.
But you like the aggression there from Southern Utah, especially Belina. She's really being aggressive on offense.
Woodson fires. That one misses. Urich with a great rebound for the Thunderbirds. Southern Utah remaining patient at this end. Urich double team down low and looking for help with 8. Belina. Johnston gonna have to force one up behind the back, and she loses it.
Great job.
Johnston gonna have to force one up behind the back, and she loses it.
Great job. Great defense there from Mays, but then the steal from Gandy. Great job. Great defense there from Mays, but then the steal from Gandy.
Lines up Johnston for 3. And Southern Utah's gone cold. No box out, though, from Mays. Gandy lines up Johnston for 3. And Southern Utah's gone cold. No box out, though, from Mays. Gandy Lines up Johnston for three. And Southern Utah's gone cold. No box out, though, from Mays. Gandy tries. And now Southern Utah can't hit the broadside of a barn from down.
Get back into their offense. Kind of relax a little.
So still just a 2-point Southern Utah advantage. A diving Woodson takes contact from Brown. Boy. A diving Woodson takes contact from Brown. Boy, that's letting them play to be sure. Gandy tried to find Johnston, but Woodson got back into the play. Up ahead, the layup falls for Natalia Chavez, and we're tied at 9. A funky rhythm at both ends of the floor. Brown with 10. Gandy wheels and deals. Belina, Johnston again. Misses again. Troxel the rebound. Belina, Johnston again. Misses again. Troxel the rebound. Here comes Davis. Gandy gets in the passing lane. Here comes Davis. Gandy gets in the passing lane.
Great job there from Gandy on a 3-on-1, just kind of reading the eyes and being able to take it away and forcing just another silly turnover there from AbileneChristian.
Gandy, one of the leaders in steals on this Southern Utah team, seldom has a game without a swipe. Thunderbirds looking to pay it off and recapture the lead with 5. Urick has to go with 1, and Southern Utah a shot clock violation themselves, and they have been road warriors this season. 7-3 in true road games. Overall, they're 9-3 on the season away from Abilene. A mark that would enthrall any head coach. Earl thinks, fires, can't hit. Urick the rebound, and Tracy Mason wants one shot with 10 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Belina with 4. Belina, Chambers, good if it goes. And Southern Utah's hot start for 4 of 17 from beyond the arc. I imagine both coaches, Jack, want to see their offenses get into the paint.
Yeah, Southern Utah taking only 4 shots outside under the 3.
And there is the fifth. Spain, Paula Pique picks up the foul. Urick completes the three-point play. She is magnificent over the last 3 games. Just under 22 points per on 61% shooting. She puts Southern Utah back into the lead. Belina almost came up with the steal. Davis hit one from there earlier, but catches back iron. And there's Belina skying for the board.
And what this inside to out is going to do for Southern Utah is it's going to create better looks on the outside. If they can attack the paint, it'll open everything up on offense.
Belina hit 2 triples in that first quarter. She drops it off for Doman for an easy 2. Certainly felt funky and difficult at times for everyone, and Southern Utah has really gotten that out of the way, and they will only leave the state of Utah one more time before they head to the postseason down at the conference tournament. Last touch.
Getting the ball back.
Tracy Mason said rebounding was a focus coming into this game and a big key, and that message has clearly been getting home to her team.
Yeah, they're all attacking the defensive rebounding, and that's what's been so good. It's 1 through 5. It's not just 2 players rebounding, it's all 5 of them.
Doman the quick cross. Ball flying around. Urick. Belina turns with 2. Urick flips. Can't get it to go down. Belina turns with 2. Urick flips. Can't get it to go down. Earl whips it underneath. Separation for Meredith Mays.
Great job by Mays of getting leverage and getting down low and kind of creating that separation from Urick and getting easy too.
Urick 3 points, 5 rebounds, 2 blocks already in this first half. AbileneChristian ratcheting things up defensively. Belina with 2, pulls up, can't hit. The rebound there fought for by Doman, jump ball and possession area. Doman and Johnston out, Gandy and Bull back in for Coach Mason and the Thunderbirds. Earl 0 for 2 in this first half after missing their last game against the Red Hawks. A win for the Wildcats. 10 on the timer. Earl against Gandy. Couple of veterans. Earl comes up short. Gandy not able to. Woodson bullets it in. Boy, again, a Wildcat player goes down with no foul. Woodson, though, able to finish off the window. Gandy, the fake, the float. Again, it doesn't fall. Gandy, the fake, the float. Again, it doesn't fall. Boy, Southern Utah's had some really good looks at the rim that haven't gone down in this first half.
Yeah, you got to like the aggression there from Southern Utah. You just got to keep going at it. You just got to keep shooting those.
Mays from outside hits the side of the rim.
Going at it. You just got to keep shooting those.
Mays from outside hits the side of the rim. That was just her 5th three-point attempt of the season. She's made 1. Chambers is open, but it looks like we've got
6 points. Nobody else has more than 3, so AbileneChristian going to see if they can move the ball around and kind of just find some more open looks.
Troxel without any hesitation, and ACU is one of
kind of just find some more open looks.
Troxel without any hesitation, and ACU is 1 of 10 from beyond the arc. They shoot at 31% as a team this year, making 8 threes per game. Chambers trying to shake free. Gandy does and scores.
Great backdoor cut there from Gandy, moving without the ball, getting the easy layup.
Thunderbirds by 3 after Lexi Bull's first assist of the night. Troxel hounded by Urick. The freshman PK floats, didn't even hit the rim. The freshman PK floats, didn't even hit the rim. ACU's offense just completely out of sorts, under 30%. Gandy tries to thread it to under 30%. Gandy tries to thread it to Urick and turns it over. Earl the kick out, PK the 3. And Lexi Bull secures the rebound and a jump ball as Mays got her hand.
A little rushed and everything. Like even on that transition, they had numbers and it was an open look from 3. They just seem rushed in every little thing that they're doing, and they just can't seem to get the ball to go to the bottom of the net.
Lexi Bull threw it away from Doman, not on the same. 0 for 6 ever since, and the Wildcats have never been hot. They're 1 of 11 from deep. I think right now, Jack, both teams thinking about what could be if they're playing the way they feel they should. Woodson gets a hard screen. She can't hit the triple. Tracy Mason is begging. Could be if they're playing the way they feel they should. Woodson gets a hard screen. She can't hit the triple. Tracy Mason is begging. Could be if they're playing the way they feel they should. Woodson gets a hard screen. She can't hit the triple. Tracy Mason is begging for a foul but did not get it. Woodson rifles it over, and Lexi. So Mays a 57% at the stripe in her last couple of contests. And shooter's touch. It's a 1-point. It's a 1-point game, and boy, every point feels like 3 with the way these teams have struggled to put it through the cylinder.
Yeah, neither team can really get any momentum on offense. Both defenses just playing very aggressive and very stout.
And a foul is called up. Hand checking right now by ACU's defense, and that's the first time it's been called.
Yeah, they're playing really aggressive, and if these refs start calling it, it could really mix things up for Abilene Christian.
Chambers down the lane, chisels with the left hand, no. Southern Utah just can't. Chambers down the lane, chisels with the left hand, no. Southern Utah just can't finish consistently around the rim. ACU looking to take their first lead since it was 2-0. Carlota Gomez is checked in for the first time. Davis with an attack, but no score. Gomez is checked in for the first time. Davis with an attack, but no score. Gandy launches up ahead. Doman couldn't pull in the Odell Beckham.
There's numbers back. It's just an unforced turnover there for Southern Utah.
Abilene Christian is 6 for 25 shooting the ball. Southern Utah barely better at 6 for 22. Woodson up and under. And a jump ball is Woodson up and under. And a jump ball is right now, Jack, it feels like neither team is going to really come close to hitting 30 points in this first half.
Yeah, it's just the struggles.
Plays like that are why Belina can't quite keep it in.
Neither team has any rhythm whatsoever. Just careless turnovers and just unforced errors on both sides.
8 to shoot. They say Belina never had possession. Troxel comes up short. There is Mays and ACU.
Both sides.
8 to shoot. They say Belina never had possession. Troxel comes up short. There is Mays and ACU since the 9:23 mark of the first quarter.
Yeah, Mays has been just a focal point here for Abilene Christian. She's probably the lone player for the Wildcats that's really thrived on offense.
Bull, the lob, Urich, the 2. A really nice feeds in this first half from Lexi Bull. Something that Tracy Mason loves that she brings to the table. Does not have to score to be an impact player. Davis hesitates and with the left hand banks it home on the freshman Chambers.
Yeah, great job there from Davis, being aggressive with her left hand, getting around Chambers and just being more dominant there down low and getting the layup.
Urich cuts to the basket. Johnston threw it behind. Urich cuts to the basket. Johnston threw it behind her, and Troxel with the steal. Southern Utah has given it away 9 times in this first half. Troxel just barrels through Lexi Bull, discards her.
Couldn't tell if they got an elbow up there near Lexi Bull's face, but just being more aggressive and more just dominant down low.
Belina slashes and floats it off the window.
What a touch there from Belina, just being strong with that right hand and letting it just go over the top.
Earl wiggles her way by for the steal, and suddenly the buckets are seesawing back and forth.
Both teams are just being more aggressive, too, and that's what's kind of leading to it. They're attacking the paint and not relying on this outside shot, and that's really kind of opened up the offense this last minute and a half.
Lexi Bull, the pull-up, and that one falls.
Chambers, before the trap gets there, getting off to Bull, and Bull finds herself wide open at the free throw line, just kind of steps into some rhythm and knocks down the 16-footer.
Woodson gets away with a walk and boy, looked like she slid that pivot foot. Tracy Mason arguing her case to no avail, and Southern Utah can hold for the final shot here in the first half, down by 3.
Yeah, that travel was about as obvious as it gets there. Taking just too many steps, gets away with it, and if you're the offense, you'll take that any day of the week.
Belena checks the timer, crosses over. Chambers puts it up, puts it in at the horn.
They needed a break too.
I guess so. Not us. We'll be here for 7 overtimes if need be. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'd leave after the third.
Yeah.
So Southern Utah with it first. After Jack mentioned earlier, they did not attempt a three-point shot in the second quarter. Belena slices, floats it up, and it's all nylon. Thunderbirds back into the lead.
And Southern Utah was aggressive there in the second quarter, but they just a lot of times couldn't let it go down, get the ball down the hoop. But right there, great job there from Belena to get it down in.
Troxel back iron, AbileneChristian 1 of 13 from beyond the arc. Clearly the message from Julie Goodenough to continue letting it fly. Urick underneath.
So tough to make that pass over the top of the defense, and a great catch there from Urick to go up for the easy layup.
Davis carving on Gandy, who gets her hand on it for the block. 5'5", doesn't get many opportunities to get her hand in there, but did well, and that's the sort of defensive effort that Tracy Mason wants to see from every player on the court.
Yeah, she stayed vertical, but was able to get a piece of it and playing just good defense.
Mays, the only player in double figures, gets to her left hand, but Johnson has her. Mays, the only player in double figures, gets to her left hand, but Johnson has her second rebound of the quarter. Belena looking for space. Urick down low, and Earl leaps over the top to knock. Belena looking for space. Urick down low, and Earl leaps over the top to knock it away. Davis at Johnston, gets it to drop, and foul. Davis, a 77% foul shooter, completes the three-point. So like the first quarter, shots going down to begin the frame here in the third. Belena probes, whips around, Johnston a three. She hit her first one, but has. Belena probes, whips around, Johnston a three. She hit her first one, but has missed 5 in a row from outside. Earl steps back in rhythm. Southern Utah again cleaning up on the.
Yeah, that's been huge. The defensive rebounds, they kind of got a little lax at the end of the second quarter, but great job in the third quarter early here, getting the defensive rebounds and not letting them get multiple opportunities on offense.
Gandy wiggles down low. Her pass is knocked out of. Everybody down here on the scorer's table on top of things. Thunderbirds ready to go. Urick behind the back. Belena downhill again, loses the ball. 11th, check that 12th. Belena downhill again, loses the ball. 11th, check that 12th turnover of the game for Southern Utah. Earl inside, and she draws a foul. Earl, the senior from Corinth, Texas, misses the front end. Had been, rather, before missing the last game against Seattle U, 20 points per. When she has got just a couple of free throws. Wildcats by 1, which was their lead at the break. Belena almost traveled, but put it on the deck just in time. Belena in the post. Twirls, flips, and scores.
There from Belena, just great job spinning around, made a little twirl, and just that soft touch with that right hand.
Over to the top, Mays all the way up to the heavens off the rim. Jump ball, possession arrow.
And just that soft touch with that right hand.
Over to the top, Mays all the way up to the heavens off the rim. Jump ball, possession arrow.
Really tough there down low for Mays.
Earl steps back, can't get going from outside. Gandy with the rebound. Wildcats 1 for 15. They are a 31% three-point shooting team on the season. Belena the quick move. Urick, Gandy, 3 ball. shaves the iron. Bull fighting for it. Davis comes out of the pack. Urick, Gandy, 3-ball. Shaves the iron. Bull fighting for it. Davis comes out of the pack.
Yeah, and that seemed like a little rush 3 there from Gandy. They had good ball movement, but a drive there kind of really would have opened things up for Southern Utah.
They almost force a turnover. Earl works on Gandy. Cyclones back the other way and misses the shot. Now both offense force a turnover. Earl works on Gandy. Cyclones back the other way and misses the shot. Now both offenses, like the first half, going a little bit cold in the middle portion of the quarter. Urick has taken just 4 shots. She's got 7 points. Dives to the bucket here and flips it up wildly. No. Bull is there on the backside. Misses the first. Second one up and doesn't even hit the rim. 7 points. Dives to the bucket here and flips it up wildly. No. Bull is there on the backside. Misses the first. Second one up and doesn't even hit the rim. 7 points. Dives to the bucket here and flips it up wildly. No. Bull is there on the backside. Misses the first. Second one up and doesn't even hit the rim. Backside misses the first. Second one up and doesn't even hit the rim.
Just too rushed. Great job there from Bull getting the layup or getting the offensive rebound, but just a little rush going up and can't get it to go.
And then a foot, Stacy Blow originally said, but it stays at 24. Troxel fires. Boy, the Wildcats just cannot find the range. Bullet pass underneath. Johnston staying tall. Woodson too strong, and Belina the. Troxel fires. Boy, the Wildcats just cannot find the range. Bullet pass underneath. Johnston staying tall. Woodson too strong, and Belina the. Troxel fires. Boy, the Wildcats just cannot find the range. Bullet pass underneath. Johnston staying tall. Woodson too strong, and Belina the range. Bullet pass underneath. Johnston staying tall. Woodson too strong, and Belina the rebound. Belina revs the engine and throttles down to get into an offensive set.
Yeah, there have been multiple times where they've had good looks for 3-pointers, AbileneChristian, but that one was just too forced, too contested, and that's probably not what they want to see there.
Brown to Urick with 3. Belina off a 1 foot, draws a foul.
Third quarter, and they're even, some shots have been good, but they've just been taking some difficult 3-point shots that really just made them go cold.
Belina off a 21-point effort in the win against Utah Valley last time game over Southern Utah's last 2 wins. Their first time winning consecutive contests all season. Woodson glides back door and finger rolls at home. We're deadlocked at 31.
What a great offensive set there from AbileneChristian. Just as we were talking about the cold spell, they get the ball moving, a backdoor cut there, and an easy layup there for Woodson.
The float down low for Urick, who is swarmed by a couple of white jerseys. Tries to thread it to Johnston backdoor.
Great adjustment there from AbileneChristian on defense.
But where will the adjustment come from on offense for Julie Goodenough's squad? Mays down low, and she draws a foul on Jade.
Got a little bit too much in the space of the shooter and draws the foul.
Mays, though, rims on 3 assists, 2-block effort in the win against the Redhawks. She can really fill it up for Ace. Still 4 minutes to go here in the third.
Yeah, we'll see how aggressive Bull is. If she's able to stay aggressive without fouling, don't want to pick up a 4th foul early here in this third quarter or even early in the 4th.
Gandy wheels around, a long 2 is off the mark, and a foul on the right call. Woodson hooks her arm. Southern Utah, though, not able to pay it off as Urick comes up with an air ball. Earl throws it backdoor. Chavez just a little short. Bull rips away her 11th rebound.
Aaron caught the jump ball, but for Southern Utah, lucky for them, it goes their way.
Johnston to Bull. That one goes through.
Great there, fine on the pick and roll, and great job there from Bull, rolling real hard.
Mays at the other end for an easy deuce on the floor.
Yeah, that's just bad, poor transition defense there from Southern Utah on a made basket as well.
Belina carves and whips it over to Bull off her hands. Well, Belina is really dangerous. Belina was open for a moment. Is going to have to get her own shot. Dances and throws it over Johnston's head. Oh, heads up. Get that sorted out. I don't think we have seen that this year.
I don't think I've ever seen that in my life. Just a shoelace break.
Brown defends Earl at the other end, who scoops it off the deck. Davis down low to Flippin in the game for the first time. And the AbileneChristian's been denying the post-entry passes. AbileneChristian's been denying the post-entry passes, and Woodson gets her hand in the cookie jar. At the other end, she coasts for an easy deuce. And then a turnover on the inbound. Dolman gave her for an easy deuce. And then a turnover on the inbound. Dolman gave it right to her. Troxel a three. Southern Utah catches a break as the freshman was there. Troxel's 0 of 5 from beyond the arc. She's a 36% three-point shooter and has made a triple in 7 straight games. Belina flips and gets it to drop.
With it, it's just been so key.
15 for De La Belina, the only Thunderbird in double figures. One of just 2 players in the game with at least 10 points. Earl, a flurry of moves. Can't hit the bucket, though. And tipped out of back. Very tall Southern Utah team. But Flippin at 6'4", the tallest, putting herself to good use right there. Earl, awkward shot. She gets it right back. That one's tipped. Brown the rebound. Julie Goodenough is pleading. Earl, awkward shot. She gets it right back. That one's tipped. Brown the rebound. Julie Goodenough is pleading. She gets it right back. That one's tipped. Brown the rebound. Julie Goodenough is pleading for a foul, and no whistle arrives. Lexi Bull back on the bench, by the way. Belina carves. Chambers for 3. Chambers for 3. Davis weaving, almost lost it. Flippin lets one fly, and no one can hit a 3. Troxel whistled for the...
And it seems like anybody's taking a 3 at this point for AbileneChristian.
Somewhere Mike D'Antoni is watching this game and smiling, saying, just keep shooting. Charlie Kay into the game for the first time. Shot clock is down to 10 for Gandy. Doubled off the screen. She finds Doman. Checks the clock. Up and under and in.
Doman, a little pump fake, a little spin, gets the defender elevated and is able to get that layup and a huge bucket there for Southern Utah late in this third.
Last possession of this third quarter with 5. Ball is thrown nowhere. Woodson slithers up and under, can't finish, and Southern Utah takes a 1. Defense reigns supreme here in Cedar City. And no offense out of the break as Mays can't finish, gets it back, a wild hurl, and she draws a... Defense reigns supreme here in Cedar City. And no offense out of the break as Mays can't finish, gets it back, a wild hurl, and she draws a...
Going to the line.
These are attempts 5 and 6 team tonight. There has been no consistent offense to speak of either way, as AbileneChristian seesaws back into the lead. ACU's won 3 straight. Southern Utah has won 2 straight. Gandy double team, steps through. Doman on the backside to Brown, and she's fouled.
Davis did, and just a little too much, and Brown will go to the line to shoot two.
The angle there on the baseline, that's about as clear as it gets, but that's why there are three officials and they're not
clean. But yeah, that second angle, no, it was all arm.
That's why they've got that triangulation action.
Yeah.
Now it's Southern Utah by one. Mays just slips. And the Wildcat, and for all the offensive woes Julie Goodenough's team has had tonight, Jack, they have protected the ball. They average 18.5 turnovers per game on the season, and they have just 5.
Yeah, they've been getting shots up. They just can't. They haven't turned the ball over. They've been getting shots up. They just can't let it go down. They just can't. They haven't turned the ball over. They've been getting shots up. They just can't let it go down. They just missed a ton of shots.
Davis races to the bucket, keeps the pivot foot down, looking for help. She finds it, and there is Mays again. Second straight game, but it does not feel like the sophomore is done doing work tonight.
If you're AbileneChristian, the ball has got to go in Mays' hands every possession. She's been really the only force here on offense for the Wildcats, and that's got to continue unless Southern Utah can find a way to stop it.
A line change coming for Southern Utah at the next dead ball. Doman weaves to Brown for an easy 2.
Great team getting in the lane, and a great pass there to Brown as Brown cut and an easy layup and a huge bucket here.
There is Mays, just as you called for, partner. Going one-on-one with Jaden Brown, an excellent defender, and she works around it for 2.
Brown's a great defender. You don't want that one-on-one situation there if you're Southern Utah. Someone's got to get the ball out of her hands. Let someone else win it for them.
Chambers has it ripped away by Troxel.
Let someone else win it for them.
Chambers has it ripped away by Troxel. There's Southern Utah's 17th turnover, but Doman forces it coming the other. Troxel. There's Southern Utah's 17th turnover, but Doman forces it coming the other way. ACU does well to get back there. I thought Southern Utah might have numbers for a moment. Jaden Brown fires and connects. And a block shot off the bench. Earl has not found her scoring rhythm yet, but she works on Chambers.
Earl does a good job there of just driving and being aggressive and just overpowering Chambers there, and it just makes it really tough for the defender. And Earl's just able to go up strong and get the layup.
Chambers the slip pass. Brown. Ferocious ball movement by the Thunderbirds. Doman to Kay for 3. Side of the backboard. She got it back, but no rim. And there is the 8. Doman to Kay for 3. Side of the backboard. She got it back, but no rim. And there is the 8. Doman to Kay for 3. Side of the backboard. She got it back, but no rim. And there is the 8.
And forcing a tough shot there in the corner for Charlie Kay.
Wildcats by 1. Earl leaps into the air, collects herself, can't finish though. Off of fingertips, it finds Urich, who's able to exit out by 1. Earl leaps into the air, collects herself, can't finish though. Off of fingertips, it finds Urich, who's able to exit out the side door to Sam Johnston. Urich wants it in the post. Boy, Southern Utah has done a great job moving it around the entire perimeter, but ACU's rotations have been excellent.
Yeah, they're just so connected on defense and everything. They move together, making it so tough for Southern Utah.
Urich forces up a wild shot. She got the rim. Lexi Bull. Urich forces up a wild shot. She got the rim. Lexi Bull thought she was held. And ACU comes up with another stop. Up by 1, 5.5 to go. Home team's 4-0 all time in the previous meetings between these two programs. Earl launches. Cannot find the moon. Earl launches. Cannot find the moon landing. Urich running up ahead, and Tracy Mason called a timeout. Southern Utah with it, running an offensive set out of the timeout as they look to go back into the lead. Belina shoves it up, some contact but no foul. As they look to go back into the lead, Belina shoves it up, some contact but no foul. And ACU numbers if they push. Woodson open, a skyscraping three, hits back iron. But the Wildcats with another chance. And ACU numbers if they push. Woodson open, a skyscraping three, hits back iron. But the Wildcats with another chance. And ACU numbers if they push. Woodson open, a skyscraping three, hits back iron. But the Wildcats with another chance. Boy, Courtney Doman, an excellent defender as a true freshman. Shot clock down to 10. Earl floats over the top. Mays, not this time. Not this time. Points at a premium has been that way since the first quarter, where both teams put up just 9 points. Johnston puts it on the deck. Johnston draws a blocking at the line. She has only attempted 13 shots this year. Now 14 for ACU. They got Woodson. She's just 1 of 6 from 3, but has got 5 points. Earl accelerates by Belina, off balance, and Lexi Bull vacuums in rebound number 12. Earl accelerates by Belina, off balance, and Lexi Bull vacuums in rebound number 12.
It's been a struggle for Earl here in this game. Just has not found any rhythm whatsoever. As they're calling for a double dribble, but
Bull wasn't able to find a guard and very nearly traveled or double dribbled. The officials say it was jarred free, and so she had the ability to put it back on the deck. And a foul down low. This is going on
AI to figure out a stat when that's the last time that's happened, because I have no idea.
Urich pops free. Lexi Bull with another rebound, but she loses it. 3 white. Urich pops free. Lexi Bull with another rebound, but she loses it. 3 white. Urich pops free. Lexi Bull with another rebound, but she loses it. 3 white jerseys took it away. Davis right at Belina, comes up short. Earl over the top, able to save it to Woodson. Sleaze took it away. Davis right at Belina, comes up short. Earl over the top, able to save it to Woodson. Sleaze took it away. Davis right at Belina, comes up short. Earl over the top, able to save it to Woodson. Slithers it through, and Mays has got...
That's all set up there by Earl. She came in crashing on the offensive rebound and was able to kick it out and give it to Mays to give them another opportunity there on that offensive board.
Doman able to thread it down to Urich. Belina gives Southern Utah the lead.
To come around and on the off ball, come into that soft spot in the zone in the middle of this court and get the open shot in rhythm.
It's a duel of stars. Belina and Mays going back and forth. Julie Goodenough frustrated her team not getting into the right offensive set. They've trimmed the shot clock down to 10. Johnston gets a piece. Johnston had 4 blocks in that win over Utah Valley. Southern Utah had a season high 11. Belina, Johnston. Belina going to have to get creative with 5. Bull. Desperation heave. No rim. And that's the 20th turnover. Up by 1 with a pair of minutes to play. Looking to win their 3rd straight. Earl behind the back. Belina stays down. Rips it away. And it stays.
Yeah, an interesting move there to give the ball to Earl. She's struggled all game and put it right back in her hands, and she just can't seem any rhythm to go on offense.
Belina went for the swipe. That forces the switch. Mays over the top, lost it.
Although Belina didn't necessarily touch the ball, she disrupted Mays and made it tough for her to grab that on the in-tray pass and forces the turnover. Great job there from Abilene on defense.
Abilene open, finishes, 3-point lead. 19 for De La Abilene with 90 seconds to go. Davis carves, Mays foul, 2 shots coming.
Just goes up strong and just gets absolutely hacked.
Misses the first.
AbileneChristian get a second chance here.
That one doesn't hit the rim. No need for a box out.
But you don't want to just force something up that's contested or just a tough shot. You want to get a good look, be patient, but also be aggressive in your offensive set.
Abilene checked by Davis, the North Texas transfer. Gets around the screen, downhill, off the window, crawls over the cylinder. Thunderbirds wanted a foul, didn't get it. Now they need a stop, and that was a quick shot for Southern Utah.
Yeah, didn't waste hardly any time.
Mays down low amongst the trees, ripped away by Bull, and a trap. Southern Utah.
Yeah, didn't waste hardly any time.
Mays down low amongst the trees, ripped away by Bull, and a trap.
Point, but either way, great job from Bull, helping on that weak side and not even letting Mays get a shot up. But good point there, resets it to 30, and they really can take their time here.
Troxel carves, fades. Mays, the offensive rebound. Her foot was out before she threw it off Gandy. AC. Troxel carves, fades. Mays, the offensive rebound. Her foot was out before she threw it off Gandy. AC. All of that 30-second shot clock has to come off.
Absolutely. You're not taking a shot until there's at least 10 seconds left on the clock.
Earl is harassing Gandy out at the timeline. And a foul is called on Bella Earl. That's 40.
Taking a few more seconds off. A costly foul there from Earl that late in the shot clock.
Dangerous pass by Johnston, and Abilene has it. Shot clock is about half of the game clock, or at least it was for a moment. With 8. Abilene slices, blocked by Mays. She's got the rebound as well. 3-point game, 8. Abilene slices, blocked by Mays. She's got the rebound as well. 3-point game, 15 seconds to go. Woodson with 10. Earl, Wildcats need a triple. Davis into the lane with 5. Troxel downhill, flips it up, no. Mays is there. It's jarred free. The clock runs out, and Southern Utah the lane with 5. Troxel downhill, flips it up, no. Mays is there. It's jarred free. The clock runs out, and Southern Utah downhill, flips it up, no. Mays is there. It's jarred free. The clock runs out, and Southern Utah